DJ on the DJ.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of IrRashonal Sporting Fellas on Chicagoland Sports Radio, where it's not just sports, it's a way of life. We're here today on a mission.
Yes.
A mission from God.
Yes. He has called to us.
We're going to talk about some basketball today.
Whoa!
We're going to talk about some fun things, some whimsical things perhaps, some silly things perhaps.
Dang right.
Maybe get a little goofy perhaps.
Yeah. Someone looks like somebody right now.
Mind the appearance change. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna talk about some basketball. I got an interesting agenda for everyone today.
Yep.
I don't think there's much time to waste. We needn't more waste any more time. Introduce yourself, good friend of the show.
What's up, everybody? Y'all know me as Luke Mendoza, also known as, according to Matthew, Luke Mendez. I am the host of The Luke Effect. Make sure you guys go watch last week's episode. Go listen to it. It's on Spotify, Luke Effect, and it's also on the Chicagoland Sports Radio on Facebook. Trying to work on it to get on YouTube, but yeah. Without further ado, he said no wasting time.
One of your shows.
Oh, my shows? Wednesday, 2 to 3 p.m. What just fell?
Oh, speaker. Keep going.
From 2 to 3 on Wednesdays. Go tune in, everybody. Yeah. Follow me at Instagram, Luke Mendoza Official. Now, carry on. As I jerk my bev.
Thank you. Follow me on Twitter and YouTube at IrRashonal Sports, IrRashonal Sports. Send me threats on Twitter. Get mad at me. I like the challenge. Talk sports with me there.
Yep.
Yeah, without further ado, let's get into some basketball. So, last week was the trade deadline. We talked a lot of deadline things last week.
Mm-hmm.
Which was fun.
It was just all deadlines.
I definitely wasn't expecting that much deadline stuff, which is why I also wrote down a whole other topic to discuss last week. Thankfully, there was a lot of deadline stuff to do.
Right.
So I now have an unannounced topic that I carried over to this week. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to talk about some other things from this week. I might throw a thing or two in from last week that I also... Actually, yes, I do. I have some players of the week that I put in last week who didn't get their flowers, so I'm going to give that to them. Yeah, I think I've yapped enough. So let's get into it. First of all, last week, I awarded some Handsome Player of the Week awards over to Tyrese Maxey. Great player.
Valid. That's valid.
He doesn't really need that much of like an explanation. He's just having a phenomenal jump in efficiency and points per game. He is no doubt the second option behind Embiid, and I have great faith in him going forward in his ability to help out the Sixers without Joel Embiid. I think I voiced this pretty well. I don't think Embiid is going to stay on the Sixers much longer.
Ooh, why is that?
Just growing old. He just, I don't know. He's knocked on the door of like the finals and a deep playoff run so many times that I think he just he wants to go somewhere else where he can actually win a title.
What team would team be in mind then?
Oh God, I don't know. I couldn't think of that.
Probably a team. I don't know, man. That'd be interesting.
It's an interesting thought.
It is an interesting thought.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll learn more when the time comes.
I forget how long he has left on his contract. I think it's a good amount of time. So
how old is he? 30-something?
No, he's still young.
Oh, he's 20.
He was drafted in not 20. He was drafted in 2015.
He has to be in his 30s.
He's 29. There you go.
29. Oh wow.
So
he's a younger.
2000.
He's a youngin.
Drafted in. Oh, it's not gonna say now.
He's still in his prime.
15. He was drafted in 2014 or 15. So yeah. Should he go places, the Sixers are in good hands with their guy Tyrese Maxey. So congratulations, player of the week. Jalen Brunson was my second player of the week.
Okay.
I think as of the last time, this was last week, the Knicks went on a 9-game win streak. But that's as of last week, so they had lost. They've lost 4 in a row since then. But nonetheless, I'm not worried about that 4-game losing streak because of how good the Knicks have been playing since getting OG Anunoby. It seems like they finally found, I don't know, some sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Consistency.
Mm-hmm.
They found a flow, and I just think that not only has OG been a great addition, but Jalen Brunson has continued to do what he does, and that's scoring and playmaking. Just having the addition of OG Anunoby makes things so much better for him and for the entire team. It takes a load off of Julius Randle, certainly. But yeah, I'm really happy with how Jalen Brunson's performing. Finally, I think it'd be funny if he did this on Dallas, but it's good to see him taking off like this.
Yeah, of course.
He's averaging a career high this year, 27 points a game, 4 rebounds, 6.5 assists. And he's an all-star.
He's balling.
Yes, sir. He's an all-star this year. So congratulations, Jalen Brunson. We got Brandon Miller, another player of the week. He is Brandon Miller on the Charlotte Hornets rookie.
Yeah.
He seems to be the only bright spot as of right now on the Hornets.
Yeah, because LaMelo just keeps getting injured.
LaMelo keeps getting injured. They just got rid of P.J. Washington. And who else? Gordon Hayward.
Yep.
Miles Bridges obviously has his own problems going on.
Yep.
But Brandon Miller is hooping. He's averaging 16, 4, and 2. This was a last week stat, but in his last 5 games last week, he was averaging a handsome 29 points per game. Charlotte lost all 5 of those games, by the way. For a rookie, he is shooting out of his mind. He's shooting 44% from the field, 38% from 3, and 82% from the free throw line. Very handsome stats, not just for a rookie, but for a rookie that's, I think he's 6'9", so a rookie, maybe even taller than that. Good for a rookie of his size and his age.
For sure.
Hornets are currently on a 3-game win streak.
Whoa.
The longest of their season.
Who saw that coming?
And they beat Atlanta by 23.
Wow.
Which was their biggest win of the year.
Wow.
Last night. Good for them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Brandon Miller's having a heck of a season. Shooting out of his mind, playing out of his mind. I'm just excited to see where he goes, and I think it's hilarious that the first rookie that the Hornets draft outside of Michael Jordan's reign of terror ends up being a good rookie. Oh,
that was probably loud.
Pardon me. Yeah, so that's my. Sorry. Those were last week's player of the week that I didn't get to, players of the week that I didn't get to last week because the trade deadline didn't have any notable anti-players of the week. I did have some, but I don't feel like saying them anymore.
Why not?
Yeah, just because.
It's fair.
Yeah. And before we get to the big meat topic, I'm going to start this week's stuff. So this week, Wemby had a handsome 27 points.
Oh yeah, I mentioned this yesterday.
Yes,
I did.
He had 27 points, 14 rebounds, 10 blocks, 5 assists.
Almost a quadruple double.
Yep.
Very close.
He was 5 assists shy of the first quadruple double since David Robinson, I think, and he's the first player with a triple double since 1990, with a triple double including blocks since 1990.
That's
and I think that might have also been David Robinson, but I don't remember honestly.
That's insane.
I wasn't alive. I wrote this down. I think he will in his career get a quadruple double, and I think it will be soon.
Wow.
So I'm really
you have high hopes for that kid.
It's gonna be fun. Yeah, I do. Players of the week this week.
Yeah.
Just one player, Malik Monk.
Yeah.
Malik Monk's having a fantastic season.
Let me guess what team he's on.
You should
I should know.
absolutely know this.
I know.
What team?
The Kings.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm smart.
Yeah, we were watching Kings Nuggets.
Yeah, we were.
earlier.
I actually mentioned that yesterday. That was my game. That was my game day
Yes, sir.
of Wednesday, and apparently the Kings came on top after the Nuggets were, in the first quarter were down, and actually no, the second half they're actually kind of dominating a little bit. The Kings just took over afterwards. Kings are. They might light the beam again. Once again, they're in the playoffs. I think they'll make it again. You think so?
Easily, yeah.
Easily,
I
yeah.
think they're 3.
But will they go farther than last year is the question.
Ooh.
They lost to the Warriors in Game 7, which is insane.
That's a tough question. Unfortunately, this year I don't think so. I think last year the West was easier than right now.
Mm-hmm.
But they are still a good team.
They are. You're indeed right. They are.
They're 8th in the West right now.
Uh-huh.
But they're only.
The Kings are 8th?
Yeah, but they're
Oh
only.
my gosh.
They're only 2 wins behind 4th place, 5th place.
It's tight. It's tight in
Yeah.
there, isn't it? Wow.
So, obviously the West is very volatile right now. One win can change a whole bunch.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not worried about them being the 8th seed right now, especially going to an All-Star break. They'll pick it back up.
They might go off after the All-Star break.
Yeah.
You never know.
During
a lot of things change after All-Star breaks. A lot.
Bulls fans
Big teams start losing, and big teams and teams who did okay before the All-Star break just win more than you can imagine.
Little teams.
Little teams, yeah.
Bulls fans know that all too well. The dip after All-Star break.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Kings though. Malik Monk is having a fantastic season.
Yeah.
He's averaging a career high. I lost the stat. I don't know what I did. He's averaging a career high in points per game this season. In his career. I'm trying to find the stats now.
Who would you say the best person on that Sacramento team will be? Yes.
De'Aaron Fox.
De'Aaron Fox? Wow.
De'Aaron Fox, I'd say fairly closely behind Domantas Sabonis.
Mm-hmm. But De'Aaron Fox is slightly better? He's
Yeah.
like the best on the team? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, I don't know, maybe I'd put Keegan Murray up there, but I still think Malik Monk's better than Keegan Murray.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're hand in hand, actually. There's a fine line between those two.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, okay, I'm losing the stat. Okay, this season he's averaging 15 points per game. I think that's a career high for him. I think he'll get some 6 man of the year votes for certain. Every year he's improving, which is huge. Obviously, not only does that show the upside of him, but that shows the upside of the King, which sneak peek of the big meat of the show today. That's shows how good the Kings coaching staff is, and how they use their players.
Yeah.
But yeah, Malik Monk, he's putting on an absolute masterclass. He averaged 23.5 points per game this week and 6 assists. Big exclamation point on those assists. So yeah, that's what really got him Player of the Week. He's averaging the most highest points per game, highest assists per game of his career. Obviously, that Kings team is passing the ball around a lot, so I'm not, a lot of players are getting career high assists per game.
You know what I just seen? Bleacher Report just posted a post, and so apparently on January 31st, LeBron posted a hourglass emoji on Twitter, and Bleacher Report has the nerve just to post that, just to say this.
Oh, yeah.
He's went 6-1 ever since he posted that hourglass emoji. Who cares?
That's NBA media for you. That's why we're here.
Oh my God, bro! Anything with they gotta find something when the Lakers start winning again, right? They gotta find something that they assume that was the cause. LeBron posted a hourglass emoji on the 31st, and now they're 6-1. Who gives a flying crap, bro?
Yep.
Like, oh my gosh. And then, actually, we might bring it up later. I was gonna bring up what you showed me earlier. We're at Pablo.
Yeah. Malik Monk.
Yeah.
Highest points per game, highest assists per game.
Mhm.
I'm looking at his field goal stats. Highest field goal percentage. He's shooting 45%.
Dang, that's a good. He's got good stats, man.
Yeah, he's just having an overall. He's been a really consistent 3-point shooter over his career. Never dipped below 28%. Obviously, 28% was a pretty bad year, but I was on Charlotte. Can't really blame him there. The point is, he's improving,
That's good,
and
as he should.
on a guy, or you like seeing that if you're a Kings fan. I just think Kings fans have a lot to be happy about right now. A lot to look forward to. If they're not happy right now with how their season's going, they have a lot to look forward to. Yeah. That's Malik Monk. He gets Player of the Week this week. Congratulations, Malik Monk. Anti-Player of the Week. Players. He's just one player.
Who is it?
I told you.
Wait, he's on the Heat, right? No? Or was that last week? I forgot.
You're way far off. It's Jordan Poole.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You told me
that.
Yeah. Jordan Poole. Yeah.
Jordan Poole. So currently Washington, like a little context, Washington is on a 8-game losing streak right now.
They're terrible.
They're on an all-time slide. And it just makes me wonder even more why they're, they're not doing much, especially at the deadline. So yeah, Jordan Poole.
That's crazy.
His numbers that are the worst. The stats that I'm about to say right now are comparing last season's to this season's. Last season he was averaging 20 points per game. Now he's down to 15. Last season he was shooting 33% from three. Now he's down to 30.
Oh my gosh!
His free throw percentage 2 seasons ago, it was league high 92%.
Can I guess?
Huh?
Can I guess?
Yeah. No, don't guess. It's 85.
Oh, I wouldn't have got that. I would have said way lower.
Yeah, exactly.
I would have said way lower.
I didn't want to. It's a big drop though from going league best to 85%.
Poor guy.
Yeah, it's just a shame. I think if he definitely would be better if he were on the Warriors still.
But there's too much bad blood between them. It's just
yeah.
I guess it's just grown men can't get over their problems. They have to trade. They have to by fixing it. They have to trade the person.
They
pretty much
huh? They should have gotten over their problems.
I know. It's just that's what the league is now. There are people who are soft. They gotta get rid of people to make themselves feel better.
Fortunately, though, the only good thing coming out of Jordan Poole going to Washington is that my good buddy Jokic Joestar over on Twitter gets to see the Wizards, gets to see Jordan Poole play. He lives in Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jordan Poole, congratulations.
Congratulations, you're anti-player of the week.
Let's go over some of his last 6 games.
Oh, jeez.
All losses, of course, as the Wizards are on a 8-game slide. He scored 19 twice, 11 once, and then 4, 3, and 0 points. So he's literally on an all-time slide. What's interesting though, he's had a positive plus minus in all but 2 of those 6 games. Mm-hmm. And one of those games he was minus 16, but
yeah.
Every other game he was positive, which is interesting. He shot. So some unfortunate shooting stats though. He got like 1 of 7, 0 of 5, 1 of 12. 7 of 19. So it's been a rough outing for Jordan Poole this year on Washington. But I'm not giving up on him yet. But he needs to be on a better team. He cannot succeed on Washington. That's for certain. Yeah,
it's fair. Yeah.
So yeah, that's what are we sitting at? Oh wow, okay. So we got a handsome 40 minutes now to talk about the interesting stuff, right? Do you have any last comments on Jordan Poole before we get into this?
Honestly, do you think that Washington will get rid of him soon?
I don't know when his contract ends, but just given how Washington is, I don't think so.
No.
Because Jordan Poole kind of generates a crowd, and I don't think they're going to get rid of like their only crowd.
Have they played against Warriors yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they played in Golden State a while ago. They might have played another game, but yeah.
Okay. No, that's it. Jordan Poole, get better. Get better.
Get well soon.
Get well soon, bro.
I hope you heal from this sickness.
Yeah.
Go ahead. All right. Well, without further ado, so like I said, this topic was something I'm probably going to do a separate, like an entirely separate, how do I say this, like fully produced video about this, because I really feel passionate about it, and I'm going to open by saying that I'm going to pull a quote from Moneyball when Brad Pitt brought Jonah Hill out to the parking garage when he visited the Cleveland facilities. He said, Jonah, I'm quoting Jonah Hill now. He says, "There's an epidemic failure within the game to understand what is really happening, and this leads people who run Major League Baseball teams to misjudge their players and mismanage their teams." Yeah. That is exactly how I feel about the NBA right now, and I'm going to explain why right now.
Here we go. Matthew's about to go off.
This topic, I named the importance of development. That's probably going to be the title of the video I put out too. So what I do is when I see a team, when I'm judging a team's front office or coaching staff or training staff, whatever, I judge them. I put them into three categories. There's three classes that I judge the ability to develop players.
Oh, he's peeing.
And those are teams that can develop players.
Okay.
Teams that teams that can buy developing players and still run with them, like they can still be successful and realize their potential, and then teams who cannot develop players. Those are the three classes that I put all teams under, and you could give me any team right now, I could put them in one of those three.
So wait, you said teams that can develop players?
Teams that can develop players.
Teams that
buy players that are on the rise,
who can develop them in the future, and then teams who can't.
They're not necessarily known for developing, but they can.
They can, and
they're like more like Sacramento. Yeah, Sacramento got Malik Monk from Charlotte and Los Angeles, who he was on the rise. They just got him and
now he's
continued that rise. Domantas Sabonis, who was on Indiana, who was also on the rise. Sacramento continued that rise. Just teams like that. Okay. So Sacramento would be in that middle.
And then teams who can't do nothing.
Teams who can't develop.
I kind of want to. I feel like that'll take too long. I kind of want you to do every team.
That would take too long.
Yeah,
I'll do that for the video.
Okay.
Yes, but
okay.
So the most here are the most notable teams.
Okay, do notable, and then we'll do the rest.
These are the teams that are the most extreme examples of
which one? Of which category are we doing first?
Just all of them.
Oh, all of them. Okay. Go ahead.
So teams that absolutely cannot develop for the life of them at all, like literally don't have a single player you can look at and be like, oh yeah, he was from this team. They developed him well. Bulls, Lakers, Hornets.
I knew you were going to say Bulls. I just knew it. I figured.
That's my biggest gripe. That's how I got here. Yeah. Bulls, Lakers, and Hornets, they can't develop a player for the life of them. You think about all the players that have come out of those three teams, and you don't attribute their success at all to those teams. I just said Malik Monk. You don't attribute his success to Charlotte. You attribute it to L.A. and Sacramento, even barely L.A. And then you think of, obviously, there's an endless list of Bulls players. But then you think of, you know what? I have the list here.
Here we go.
So
here we go.
The Hornets, they fumbled Malik Monk, James Bouknight, Miles Bridges, funny, and now they're fumbling PJ Washington, and I'm not gonna say Gordon Hayward because he was already an established player, but all those young guys.
Probably LaMelo too. He's can't injure too much.
Yeah, if LaMelo ends up going to another team and being successful, then absolutely.
Yeah.
But as the only sample size we have to go off of right now is him and
those
Charlotte.
guys.
So.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I put the Lakers on here. Oh, they have another endless list. They got Lonzo, Caruso, Julius Randle, D'Angelo Russell, Jordan Clarkson, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, Kyle Kuzma, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Larry Nance, Russell Westbrook, Patrick Beverly.
Can I say something real quick?
Huh.
I know you're about to get to the Bulls in a minute. I'll say when you get to the Bulls, actually. I'll say when you get to the Bulls.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, yeah, Lakers, unbelievable list of players who they fumbled and had on the team at the same time. Did I even mention? Okay, I did mention Julius Randle. Think about, like, half of those guys that I named too were on the team at the same time. They were on the same Lakers team. After it was that weird buffer where Kobe left, but LeBron wasn't there yet. I think that was like a 4-year span. 3-year, maybe? 2-year? 2-year. 2016, 17, and 17, 18, something like that. Yeah. So, yeah, it's just really unfortunate how many play. Because if you think about it, literally every single player I just listed, too, they don't, even if they're not, like, wildly successful on the teams that they're playing on, like Josh Hart, Kyle Kuzma, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Larry Nance, you don't think of these guys as all-star guys, but they're absolutely thriving on the teams that they're on. Yeah, I mean, just unfortunate Lakers stuff. The Bulls now, who this list is obviously longer than the Lakers. That's just because I know the Bulls. They have mismanaged Lauri Markkanen, Derrick Jones Jr., Patrick Beverley, Javonte Green, Troy Brown Jr., Wendell Carter Jr., Daniel Gafford, Otto Porter, Luke Cornett, Daniel Tice, Thaddeus Young, Garrett Temple, and so many more.
Listen.
I could say Jimmy Butler too.
Listen. Would you have put the Bulls on that list back in 2021?
I wouldn't have thought about this topic in 2021.
Right.
The only reason I'm thinking about it is because the Bulls can't develop. I think No, I wouldn't have.
You wouldn't, because look, that was when Caruso came. That's when the first year he came, the first year DeMar came, and I think the first year Lonzo came.
Lonzo, Derrick Jones,
and
Jr.,
Derrick Jones, all those guys first year, they all played out of their minds. All of them did. DeMar was literally carrying the team.
DeMar was?
Not well, he wasn't carrying, but he came and just, all showed up almost every game. Caruso had just, Caruso and Lonzo were both just the best defenses on our team at that time.
And Javonte Green.
And
Derrick Jones Jr.
And Derrick Jones Jr. We had the small bench, Io. He was a rookie too. He came off the bench, played his part. Kobe did too. And, we had so many.
Did you remember when Mac McClung was on our team for like 2 weeks?
2 weeks, yeah. I know. And then he went to the Warriors. No, he went to the Lakers. No? Or we got him from the Lakers.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't remember. He had like a little bounce around in the league for a couple months, but yeah, he eventually.
But I feel like you would have put the Bulls in the second one in 2020.
Yeah.
But now currently, it's not, no.
Because we're wasting. Think of how many primes we've wasted in the past two.
I don't know why we got rid of Pat. I don't know why we got rid of
Beverly.
Yeah,
we don't want to pay him. I don't think we could pay him.
How? How can we not?
I don't know.
We don't have that. We don't have any cap space.
Jerry Reinsdorf is notoriously cheap.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's bad management.
We probably That's what I'm saying too.
Yeah. He's got to sell the team, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to, just give it to somebody who's willing to win and go for a championship. Come on, man. Anyways, good.
So, yeah, there's a clear okay. I don't know.
Okay, here we go.
There's clear correlations between teams who are bad at developing players and players who go on to be better on other teams. And the Lakers, the Bulls, and the Hornets are the most extreme examples of this. I'm about to now talk about teams who are good at developing players. Specifically two teams who I think are the best in recent history since I'd say.
Are you in the second one or the first one?
Huh?
Are you in the second category or the first one?
Teams that are good at developing players.
That's the first one?
I don't have examples of teams that are in the middle, but I'm talking about the extremes.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So the Warriors and the Heat are really good at developing players. the Warriors develop Brandon Pajemski, who's blossoming into his own player right now. Jordan Poole, Jonathan Kuminga, Kevon Looney, Moses Moody, Juan Toscano Anderson. There's just so many good examples of players who they drafted, rose into the ranks, and that they either went on to other teams to be very good contributors, or
Stuck with the team.
are still with the team and contributing pretty well. So I guess you can attribute them being good and them being contributors to the Warriors. And then the Heat, obviously, you got Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, Duncan Robinson, Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, Jaime Jaquez, Caleb Martin, Kendrick Nunn, other just countless players. And the thing is, too, what's crazy is on their bench, there's like Nikola Jovic. You just said there's even a ton of guys on their bench who the Heat have drafted and are just waiting to play because they have so many guys backed up that they're developing. This is something, the term development, it's not something that you can like see during the 48 minutes of a game. It's something that happens behind the scenes, away from public eyes. So it's something that I can't necessarily define or use like a metric or something to define. But you just see it. Like, the eye test is all we have to go off of. And what's really important about developing is, I just blanked on what I was gonna say. It's a test of the front office. It's a test of the coaching and the training staff. That's what it's really a test of, because you can really only put so much weight, so much responsibility for getting better on players' shoulders. At some point, you have to turn to the coaching staff and say, what are you doing wrong? There's no way Jordan Poole should be playing this bad. Which I think is a prime example of development. The Warriors, he was doing so good on the Warriors because the Warriors system worked for Jordan Poole. The Wizards system does not work for Jordan Poole. That's what I think. So yeah, the point of this is that development is one of, if not the most important aspect of a franchise or of an organization. And teams should be investing just as much into that field as they are any other. But again, it's so hard to judge this field because it happens behind closed doors at practice. So we're never really gonna know. It's just something that you kind of sense and feel if you have that eye for basketball. Or any sport. This goes for any sport, really. I mean, we're seeing it on the Bears now. The Bears can't develop players, or they can't use them correctly, I guess is the right term. But yeah, I definitely here I have some, I guess, closing statements. Let me see. Oh yeah, I just noted some players, some examples, and that prove this development theory. And, players that really underline the importance of this. Lonzo Ball, obviously, is a prime example. He played awful in Los Angeles. He played okay in New Orleans, but I wouldn't call it good. I'd only call it okay because it's being compared to Los Angeles.
Who?
Lonzo.
Ball?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you have the Bulls, where he thrived. I don't necessarily attribute Lonzo's success to the Bulls using him right. The only thing is, Lonzo has one type of play that's good, and we saw his ineffective types of play in Los Angeles and New Orleans. Even though New Orleans, he was kind of injured a lot, but he also didn't necessarily get the chance.
He got injured.
Yeah, the Bulls are the first team where he was able to really explode and showcase those abilities. Because he had players like Vooch, who was a versatile, more of a new age big like Jokic is, and like I don't know Sabonis, the class of bigs that they're in. And then obviously Lonzo had guys like Zach, DeMar, Kobe to kick out to, Io to kick out to, Derek Jones Jr. to throw, and Javante Green to throw lobs up to. Lonzo at his core is a facilitator, and him surrounding him with those guys specifically, really just put that ability and multiplied it by 1,000. So that's Lonzo. Aaron Gordon I have on here also. The Magic didn't necessarily misuse him. He just couldn't achieve his real full potential there. On the Nuggets, obviously, he is the best. If you think of a role player, if you think of the term role player, Aaron Gordon for me is the first guy that's going to pop up, probably for the rest of my life, because he really made me understand why role players are so important and how not all players necessarily want to be a 30 a night kind of guy. He embraced his role as sort of the hard-nosed screen setter, rebounder, kick-out shooter type guy, and look at his success. The Nuggets have won a championship.
Yep.
He is one of the best players on that team,
Yep.
and he doesn't necessarily have to deal with all the media attention, but he's one of the best players on the team.
It's facts.
And that has to do with how the Nuggets used him, and also Aaron Gordon realizing that this is his role and this is how he's going to be good. So yeah, as well as Aaron Gordon, I just put Nuggets players also. Let me pull up a Nuggets roster just so I can really.
Their roster's stacked, bro. They have a stacked team.
You got guys like Reggie Jackson who really kind of, I don't want to say took a backseat scoring role, but if you look at Reggie Jackson before he got to the Nuggets, he really wanted to be a scorer.
Yeah.
He kind of took a step back, and he's definitely more of a facilitator now. But he really realized that he has guys like Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic and Michael Porter Jr. who he can kick out and score his points for him. And that's one of the biggest Nuggets successes I think that they've realized over the last couple of years. And then obviously you have guys like Christian Brown, who I absolutely think he could average a good 15 to 20 points a game if he really tried. But right now he wants to be that Grayson Allen type, that Caruso type, that sort of like Draymond Green type. I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it. He wants to be a hard-nosed guy right now, a hustle guy. But obviously he could still knock down shots, and that's not a problem for him. So he knows his role. Michael Porter Jr. absolutely knows his role. I forget if this was a quote said by him or just another account, that Twitter account or something that said, Michael Porter Jr. doesn't need to swing the ball because you have guys like Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic that are going to do the swinging for him. And every time he gets the ball, it's going to be because he's open and because he can make a play.
Exactly.
So Michael Porter Jr. is a very rare instance of effective selfishness. And then obviously you have guys like DeAndre Jordan who knows he's not in his prime anymore, but he's still being good. Jamal Murray, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, I think realized his potential, his role on the Nuggets. I forget where he was. He's been on a couple different teams. He was on the Lakers. Was he on? I don't remember. I can check right now. Why not? He was on Detroit, LA, Washington. That was the team I forgot. He was on Washington for a year. Yeah, though, I mean, that's really the core of it. The potential of all players. The potential of all players that were left. Yeah, so really just the best way to measure, you can't measure it straight off the rip. You have to get a good sample size, which is them either like going to a different team or something. And that's, seeing them kind of mediocre on a team. I think very soon we're going to be able to realize this with Killian Hayes, wherever he decides going. If it's in China or Europe or something, we're never going to see it. But I think an NBA team can and should still sign Killian Hayes. Bulls.
These are them Bulls. Yeah, they do.
But
Bulls need to do something, man.
he is absolutely one of those players where we very well could look back in 5 years and say, Killian Hayes was awful on Detroit.
Yep.
What are they doing?
So true.
How could Detroit have left this guy?
Yep.
Yeah. That's my big topic. I think it lasted literally exactly 20 minutes. That's going to be a fun little timestamp to put down. Oh, my nose is clogged.
Uh-oh. You getting the allergies, man?
Yeah.
You need a Claritin or a Benadryl?
Oh, no, I'm good. That's what I got. That's my importance of development spiel. I would love to make a video, like a more in-depth video talking about this, especially, using clips of me talking just now. So, future, we'll see what happens in the future. But that's probably like the big development topic is probably like my favorite thing to talk about. When it comes to measuring basketball skill, when it comes to measuring like potential and stuff like that, I just love talking about development. I love looking in the past and saying, "Wow, how could they have given up on this guy? Wow, how could they have not seen this?" Or like, "Whoa, he took a big drop off." Stuff like that. Yeah, that's what I got. Let's move on to some other nonsense, I guess. What else do I have? I got a headline from last week. I never covered the Embiid injury. He's out for the season, or probably out for the season. I really hope he's out for the season, because if they bring Embiid back while he's still recovering, that would be one of the biggest mistakes the Sixers could make, and they've made a lot of big mistakes. So hopefully they keep him out, let him rest, let him get better for next season, and really try to make an actual final push with Embiid still on the team before he wants out, which I think could be soon. I don't remember if I covered Zach out for the season, but he's out for the season, maybe even out of the Bulls. It's unfortunate, but he's got to do what he's got to do. He hasn't been himself this season necessarily. So maybe it just was a little nagging injury, something like that. But yeah. Lonzo was on the NBC Sports podcast a few weeks ago, and a few clips of him came out of him shooting around, dribbling, running, and he didn't look that good to me. He looked like a guy who you can tell has had some injuries. So I really don't know if he'll ever be the same player again. We'll have to see. But Lonzo's still one of my favorite players. He'll always be one of my favorite players. He was he was my favorite player to watch. I literally remember the first video I ever saw of the Ball brothers in Chino Hills. I was in 8th grade, I think, and in health class or something, or no.
Lonzo was something else, man.
What was it?
Imagine if he wasn't, like, imagine just, I think the reason why the Bulls did what they did with, like, trading everybody, getting rid of everybody, and after that 2021 season was because Alonzo got hurt.
We didn't get rid of that many guys. We still have the core together.
Oh, yeah, but, like, the main people. We don't have, like, the other pieces that actually helped us, like Wendell, Javonte Green.
Wendell Carter?
Yeah.
He was on that. He was on the
2021 season?
He got traded before that.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he was. Bro.
We had Carter. I swear we did.
Wendell Carter Jr.
Oh, so I'm thinking about the other junior we had.
Oh, we had a lot of juniors. We had,
I know.
Like Derek Jones Jr. We had
Jared Jones. Yeah,
Troy
he
Brown
did good.
Jr.
Troy Brown. Wendell wore the glasses, right?
He was not on that team.
I swear he was.
I promise you, he wasn't. He was.
So he was on the 22 season?
I think he was on the Magic. The 2021-22. Lonzo Ball, Jordan Bell, Troy Brown Jr., Tony Bradley, Alex Cruz, Tyler Cook, DeMar DeRozan, I would assume
Tyler Cook, wow.
He was pretty good.
Yeah.
Devon Dotson, Javonte Green, Malcolm Hill, Alize Johnson, who I really like.
Malcolm Hill, I remember Malcolm Hill, yeah. Alize Johnson, wow, bro.
Derek Jones Jr., Zach LaVine, Mac McClung, Alfonso McKinney, Marco Simonovic.
Matt McKinney, Thomas, oh my God. Oh my goodness, dude.
Matt Thomas, Tristan Thompson, Nikola Vucevic, Kobe White, Patrick Williams.
So Carter was on the 2020 season then?
I think so.
The 2020-21 season? Look, can you check?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there was, like I saw, that's the only other not irrational sports show on my YouTube. It's the coverage of that team, and we only had 3 players that were on the team the season previous, and it was Kobe White and Zach LaVine, who were there in this entire season, and then Vooch, who we picked up halfway through the season.
Yeah. So, man. Dang.
Yeah.
What a team that was. The chemistry. Yep. The chemistry couldn't have not been better. Like, the amount of excitement every game was, even though if we lost, there was so much excitement to see during the game, because you would never know whether it would be a close game, or we blew the team out, or a player just goes off. It was just every game was different, but we were just winning. We were consistent. We scored when we needed to. We scored, when it had to come, like, to clutch the game to win. It all came together in the end. Like when DeMar won back-to-back game winners on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, like, that was insane.
I thought that was last year, not.
It was not last. It was. Oh, actually, it might have been. You're right. No. It was 21 going to 22. I thought.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It was 21 going to 22.
Yeah, you're right. I should have known that too.
Of course, I'm right. Of course, I am.
That was the open. That was the opening scene in my video too. I should have known.
What a team that was, man. I mean, I wish we can have that back, and just keep winning. If we kept that team together and everybody was healthy, we would have went so far, I believe. Sad times in Chicago. All right, back to your thing. Good.
Yeah. Well, it's just a shame.
My sad rant.
I think we're finally going to see I hope we're finally, even though, God, we need to fire our front office, man. We need to fire our
get our GM out of there.
Yeah,
get the president out of there.
Arturas Fraudasovas.
Get him out of there. The hell is he doing? What is he thinking?
Him, Mark Eversley,
and Reinsdorf. Get him out of there.
Reinsdorf.
Get him out of there.
Even Billy Donovan. Literally everybody.
Clean house. Do what the Bears did.
Keep Mo Cheeks, though. I like Mo Cheeks.
Who's that?
Bullets legend, Mo Cheeks.
Who's legend?
Bullets? Oh, Sixers legend. My mistake. Sorry. All the teams' jerseys look the same through old lenses. What's he? Oh, no. Never mind. He was on Philadelphia for the bulk of his career. Toronto. Oh, that's not Toronto. Sorry. San Antonio, New York, Atlanta. Wow. What is this? Oh, New Jersey Nets.
New Jersey.
I was like, what is NJN? Ninja. Yeah, though, that's it's unfortunate seeing all these injuries. I genuinely wonder what would happen in a scenario like if the NBA literally turned injury sliders off.
Mm-hmm.
Because then, I mean, think about it. You have guys like Zion fully healthy. You'd have guys like Anthony Davis fully healthy.
I know, man.
Lonzo would be fully healthy. Zach would be fully healthy.
Caruso. Without getting injured from, what's his name?
Grayson Allen. Thug.
Yeah.
Criminal.
How is he in the league, man?
He's good. He's just dumb. Trust me, in the 90s, he would have been cool. He would have been a cool guy. And if Rodman were around now.
Mention this. It just got posted.
Oh, yeah. PJ Tucker was fined $75,000 and basically not dismissed from the team, but told to go home and clear his head for a few days by the Clippers for like after the deadline, posting on his story, F this stuff, I don't want to be here, just stuff like that. He's being a goofy fella, to say the least. He's being whimsical right now.
Expressing the desire to be traded to another team is what they used as for the.
He's getting paid $10 million a year to basically sit on the bench. I understand if you want minutes, but do it next season. You guys have a legitimate chance at winning this year. And he's a good player. He's a good role player. Not a good scorer.
I don't understand why you'd be mad if you're making $10 million on the bench. That's
you
pay $10 million to do nothing. I mean,
you want to win though.
I know. I get it. Players want to play because that's their role is to play. But $10 million is a lot. Just to sit there and wait your turn. But all right, for both perspectives, I think it's just because I don't play the sport and I'm saying it from my perspective. But if I was the player's perspective, yes, I'd be upset. Let me go on the court, man. Let me shoot my shot and play the game like I'm supposed to be doing. But $10 million just for on the bench, that's a lot for a bench player who's not getting any play time. That's a lot. And in a way, I would be concerned why they're giving me this much money for being a bench player and not a player that gets enough minutes just to do nothing, like for $10 million for a year. That's insane. That's too much for a person who just sits on the bench to do nothing. And you get paid $10 million. You know what I mean? I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's played in 12 games this year. He's averaging
12 games. Holy cow! That's only he only played 12 since the beginning of the season. Wow.
He averaged 14 minutes in those games.
Wow.
But he's not playing that much anymore.
And he's getting paid $10 million.
He's averaging
Are you serious?
1.2 points, 2.5 rebounds.
Wow.
Half a steal. That's it.
Wow.
He's averaging double the amount of fouls he has points in those 12 games.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's definitely like the Clippers are definitely mismanaging him. I think they should be giving him more minutes.
They should. If he's getting paid $10 million.
But if you really look at the Clippers roster, their entire roster really could play PJ Tucker minutes.
But then why not at least give some of them to him? If you have all these other players who are playing more than him, you should give them a break and let him join in for a minute.
Well, even some of the players like KJ Martin, Daniel Tice, Mason Plumlee, Amir Coffey, Nicholas Batum, Robert Covington, all these guys, like literally every single one of those guys is in the same realm as PJ Tucker. But PJ Tucker, I mean, he just has a little bit more stacked against him. He has his age. He has his complete inability to score. Yeah, so it really is a toss-up. They also dismissed Bones Highland. Not dismissed, sent home. I know I said that, but I don't know why they did that. But
$75K.
He must have said something too because he's only played in 19 games this season, less minutes than PJ. Yeah, just another unfortunate situation. I wish PJ Tucker were, because I absolutely understand. I'd want to play too. My career is like on the decline. You know, I'm not gonna be in the league for much longer. I want to maximize my time in the league by playing. It's just unfortunate that it had to happen this way, because it seemed like he did ask for a trade formally. They didn't give it to him. He publicly asked for a trade. They didn't give it to him. It's just unprofessional to go over the boiling point like he did, and, publicly dish the team. Yeah. That's what I got on the goofiness happening. The silliness and whimsy. Do I have anything else? I don't have anything else today. Let's see. I'm going to spin a wheel. I'm going to spin a wheel and put that team into one of the three classes that I named earlier. Let's see. So once again, while it's spinning, I'd like to remind you that the categories are bad at developing players, good
Oh,
at
you're doing it now. Cool.
good at taking players and continuing their development, even if they weren't the initial ones who drafted them and developed them, and then teams who are good at developing players.
You mean teams are bad at players?
The San Antonio Spurs.
Ooh, I would say the middle.
The San Antonio Spurs, right? This is probably the toughest team because they're in the midst of developing players. So we don't know right now with the current team, but going off of just going off of just their past, they are good at developing players.
Mm-hmm.
Manu Ginobili, Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, all these guys that they won the championship with, Kawhi Leonard, they're good at developing players. They get the good. Eliminated. They're put in the good category. Let's see who else we got right now. Denver Nuggets. I already said them.
They're W. They're good at developing players regardless.
Not much needs to be said.
Yeah.
Okay. We're literally getting. We're getting all the teams I already covered. Chicago Bulls bad.
Because the Bulls bad.
What else we got? What else we got? Knicks.
Ooh.
Okay. This is an interesting one. Let's see what I can do with the Knicks. So,
I would say yes to me.
most of the players they have right now, they didn't draft. Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson, OG Anunoby. They didn't draft any of these guys. Did they draft Mitchell Robinson? I forget. Did they draft Hartenstein? I forget. They're in a weird spot. I'm going to put them in the can't develop spot because they didn't draft any of the players they had.
What?
Players are thriving on their team, but I don't necessarily think it's because of the coaching and the developing and the training and whatever staff, front office. So, yeah, I'm putting them in the can't develop. For now, they can prove me wrong by doing some decent things. Atlanta Hawks.
I say no.
I feel like they haven't been good enough.
Yeah, I say no.
They've literally the entire existence of their franchise, they've been bad.
It's no for me.
I'm going to say they can't develop either.
They can't or can?
Can.
Oh, okay, can't. Okay.
The one, do you remember that one year where they were the 1 seed in the East, and they?
Oh, actually, I think so.
With Kyle Korver, Jeff Teague, Paul Millsap.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, who else was on that?
I think I know.
Al Horford.
Yeah.
That team.
Before he retired.
I don't think they drafted any of those players. You know what? Let me look, actually. Let me look at that team, and then we'll do one more. But yeah, just guys like Trae Young. I feel like Trae Young already was going to be that good. What year was it now? Not that year. I feel like Trae Young was already going to be that good. So there we go. So yeah, 14-15, they were 60 and 22. Kent Bazemore, didn't know he was drafted. Al Horford, Kyle Korver, Shelvin Mack.
Oh my God.
Legend. Paul Millsap, Mike Muscala, Dennis Schroeder, that was another guy. Jeff Teague, Mike Scott. Yeah. I don't know how many guys those guys. I don't know how many of those guys they drafted, but I know Jeff Teague was drafted. I know Jeff Teague was on the Bulls before Atlanta. I know like Kyle Korver obviously wasn't drafted. Al Horford might have been. I don't think so. Kent Bazemore was probably Paul Millsap wasn't. He was drafted by the Nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, interesting little line of thought there.
What year was that?
14-15.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm gonna say no on Atlanta just because they haven't developed their own players yet, but they have that chance, I guess. I don't know. Last team, really quick.
Give it a good one. A good one.
Indiana Pacers.
Okay.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
Indiana Pacers. I'm going to put them in the middle. They develop players, but then they kind of shelve them out. Domantas Sabonis,
He's definitely one of them.
Benedict Mathurin, right?
Mm-hmm.
What team is he on now? Benedict Mathurin. Oh. Who's he drafted by? Benedict Mathurin.
He's still on the Pacers.
Okay, I can't type. Benedict Mathurin. Pacers.
Oh, wow.
What team is he on now? I swear he was just traded this year. Oh my goodness, I'm goofy.
He's still on the pack.
He must be, I don't know. I
Matt doesn't know ball.
I guess I don't know ball.
Yeah, Matt knows no ball.
We're going to end on the worst possible note of me not knowing ball. I spit this great spiel about my crowning achievement theory about basketball, and then I can't finish.
Wow.
Just like chess. Listen, that's been our show today. It's been a pleasure.
Yep.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for hanging out with the Irrational Sporting Gentlemen.
Yes, of course.
What you got?
Thank you for joining us today with the Irrational Sporting Gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
Here with Matt and Luke. Luke Effect and Irrational Sports here today. Tune in next week for me and his show from Wednesday and his Thursday. To be a big one next week, hopefully. Hope we get big news over the weekend. We shall see.
Oh, yeah, All-Star stuff.
All-Star. Oh, yeah, see? Basketball. And baseball starts soon, so that's me for me. That's it. Follow my social, Luke Mendoza Official on Instagram. That's all I got.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you, everybody.
Follow me on Twitter and YouTube at Irrational Sports, IrRashonal Sports. It's been a pleasure.
And I made it. I did not.
I believe in Cristiano Felicio supremacy. I hope the rest of you do too. Also, random Bulls player of the week. New thing I'm going to start doing. Paul Zipser. Paul Zipser, Bulls legend. Yeah.
That's funny.
Thanks for hanging out.
All right, guys. We'll see you.
See ya.
Bye.